ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We're here to let you know the 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
Shalom. Y'all, Shem Shebrekatha, y'all, Shmalatha, y'all, Shah's priest, captain, not the Zagna Shah. You tune in live to another episode of The Bible is Black. We here. You understand? The Bible is Black. We getting into gentrification. So 28, gentrification. You understand? Previous episodes, you understand, we got talking about the effects of integration. Now that we've integrated and joined our oppressors, gentrification. After decades, you understand? Decades of us joining our oppressors, after our family has collapsed, mommy is in charge, the feminist movement, later, the gang movement, all the youth rebelling, rioting in the streets, crack cocaine and heroin, and the drug wars, atop of mass incarceration. The communities are so filled with violence, so filled with suffering and poverty. The jobs have dried up, but not for the Chinese, not for the Arabs, African, and East Indians. They got chicken spots and beauty supply stores and corner stores and dry cleaners, carryouts, all of the same businesses that we had before. They now have. We're going to start at Judges chapter 6 and verse 1. You understand? It says, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. That's why the previous video, the Lord said, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. It was evil for us to integrate. It was evil for us to take the gods, the religions, the customs, the philosophies of the other nations of people, like homosexuality, like having sex with sisters and throwing them away. Like, you understand, lesbianism, a man dressing up like a woman teaching the Bible, integration, evil. Then we became witches and drug dealers and drug addicts practicing witchcraft, shooting up heroin. Now we filled with AIDS and cancer and all kind of STDs and homelessness, poverty. This is what happened. The children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the children of Israel. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. Midian was some heathens. They ruled over us, the Midianites. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel. And because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens which are in the mountains and caves and strongholds. Why did the children of Israel end up living in mountains and caves and strongholds? Because the cities were uninhabitable. You understand? Because the cities were filled with so much violence, so much poverty, so much murder. Now that our families have been destroyed because another nation of people is ruling over us because we joined them and did evil in the sight of the Lord, now we living in mountains and caves no more. They in the city getting rich. They in the city flipping your house, turning your apartment complex into condos, selling owners every year. Can't get your building fixed, your building painted, can't get the steps redone, can't get the doors replaced with all the bullet holes in the wall. You understand? All the leaky pipes and electrical problems, all of that going on. Now, we just leave the whole cities and go and live in caves and dens in the mountains now. Like, this is a result of gentrification. You understand? Other nations of people living in your land, your communities, that is not supposed to happen. You are not going to move into the Chinese man's community. You understand? That's why George Zimmerman hunted Trayvon Martin. He didn't want you setting up shop in his community because he didn't want what's happening to you in history happening to his people by you being allowed to set up in his neighborhood. Everybody understands that. The era of Saddam Hussein didn't want America setting up shop in his neighborhood because he knew he would end up in the ghetto or dead while they stole all of his gold and his oil and took his country. Gaddafi knew the same thing. Well, they killed him. You understand? They killed Saddam Hussein. They forced King Assad to step down of Syria. They forced Ahmadinejad to step down of Iran. They did that. Well, now Russia invaded Ukraine and World War III is on the move now. You understand? You better get in the ISUPK. You better get in here quick, fast, in a hurry. A lot of you been playing games and joking around and you know, and 1 foot in and 1 foot out and think your job is going to save you. The truckers getting ready to go on strike. Grocery store is going to be empty. You thought the church shut their doors before during the COVID. Wait until there is no food in the grocery stores. Wait until you're going to need brotherhood and sisterhood to survive. Wait until you're going to need to have your own communities that is just your people, where y'all are bonded together on a common team by who you were born on. The Lord said every people is going to go back to their own land. World War III get ready to jump off. Civil war, race war, world war, nuclear war, international war. Christ said that in Matthew the 24th chapter. And your leaders have failed so badly, they have your communities integrated. They all gone now. You understand? But those communities are going to be forced to be rebuilt back up. You understand? And so it was, verse 3, and so it was when Israel had sown that the Midianites came up and the Amalekites. The Amalek is the so-called Jewish man. The Midianites is either a family of the Arabs or the Africans. You understand? Even they came up against them and they encamped against them and destroyed the increase of the earth. They burning up your crops, just like they did to the Native Americans. They starving you to death by killing off all of the buffalo. This is what they've always done. This is a war tactic to starve you to death. That's why you should never be at the mercy of your oppressors for food. That's why you're supposed to have your own food and our own farms, which we threw away to go and live in the cities and integrate with our oppressor. We forfeited all of that. That's why we got to get back to farming again. Black and brown, Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, you understand? Till thou come unto Gaza and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep nor ox nor ass, not a donkey, a sheep, or an oxen. None of the beef, the steak, nothing we need to work until our land, our crops. They took everything from us. This is gentrification. This is another nation of people setting up shop in your business. This is why you have Chinese carryouts and Vietnamese nail salons in your community, and they are not sisters in there doing nails and scrubbing feet and cooking fish and chicken wings. You understand? This is why the Lord told us never to join another nation of people. This is what gentrification does. You understand? Verse 5, for they came up with their cattle and their tents. They made military fortification cities, and they came as grasshoppers for the multitude, for both they and their camels were without number. There was endless amounts of them. The same way that our oppressor left Europe, all from Spain and Britain and England and Portugal and Ireland, you understand, all from Scotland, all from Italy, all from Germany, all from everywhere. They just poured into the land of so-called America. They poured into this land of the Mexicans and the Gadites. And they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. We were greatly impoverished because another nation of people set up shop in our land, in our community. You understand? The preacher is not going to tell you this, that you're in poverty because the wealth and the money that is being taken out of your community is going to everyone but you. We had black shoes before we integrated. Nike wasn't making our shoes. Adidas wasn't making our shoes. There was a black shoemaker in the black community, and that's where you got your black shoes from. Your kids, your women, your children now, go find a black man that still know how to make shoes. That trade was passed down from generation to generation, just like piping, welding, plumbing, construction, mason work, all of these things, farming. We passed these things down from generation to generation. Now they made labor unions, so you got to go to school and pay Esau thousands of dollars for the skill that we passed down to each other. This is why we were never supposed to join another nation of people, because economics is based on race. Everybody is born on a team. You're the only team that God created that's trying to play for the Arabs and be a Muslim, trying to play for our oppressor and be a Christian, Democrat and Republican, play for the East Indians and be a Rasta, play for the Asians and be a Buddhist. You trying to play on everybody's team except your own. Gentrification is racism, because they know that they can get your community for pennies on the dollar, because they know you don't have any damn money, because they know that every race of people sets up shop in your community. The gates thereof languish. Your leadership is weak and allows everyone into your community. You don't have any borders or boundaries. There's no line that says this is as far as you can go entering Black, Hispanic, and Native American territory. You don't have any line. You don't have any rules, morals, or standards, because you're integrated. You're sleeping in the bed with your slave master, so why shouldn't her brother or father come and buy up your community? You love Becky so damn much. Why shouldn't Mei Ling set up shop and own and buy more businesses and more shops in the community? You integrate, you're laying down, you're having sex with her, you're making babies with her like Young Jeezy. Why shouldn't she take your community? Why shouldn't they take all of your businesses? You don't have any rules, morals, or standards from God, because you've been in the Christian church listening to preachers tell you that by the blood of Jesus, you don't have to do anything God said in the Bible. Hallelujah. Well, pack your bags, get ready to move out. This is the Black business that you had before. Your Black delis, your Black restaurants, your Black corner stores and shops. Mei Ling got it now. Akbar, he has it. You understand? The Arabs got it. The Afghans taking over your business now. The Arab fried chicken spot, hip hop chicken. You make music, they're gonna sell you food named after the music that you made, which our oppressor gentrified. This is what happened. Stop you holding up signs and posters. Since the days of Martin Luther King, you holding up signs and posters still, while they just take your neighborhood all around your posters. And then you go and protest, holding hands with the same people that's going to buy your neighborhood. You understand? You don't understand because you've not learned the Bible. You understand? Martin Luther King wasn't thinking about these future generations. Your preachers and civil rights leaders, they have enough crumbs personally that they don't care what happens to the rest of our people. You understand? All the gentrification in Atlanta. You got those wicked welfare and TANF and Section 8 vouchers, and now as they gentrify Atlanta, they say, we ain't taking them vouchers. You're not being evicted because of a lack of payment. We just not taking the payment that you're using anymore. We don't want your government money. We want people who can pay the bill on their own, which goes to show you we should have never integrated in the first goddamn place, living the nightmare of Martin Luther King's dream after city after city after city, community after community, neighborhood after neighborhood, ends up like this, all boarded up, all in Philly, all of that integration that led us to gangs, that led us to single parenthoods, that led us to crack cocaine and heroin, to the FBI kicking in all the houses, boarding it up. Now it's all boarded up, abandoned, and destroyed, gone to hell. Now your oppressor is going to come and sell it and flip the goddamn house. Whole cities, whole neighborhoods, all in Baltimore, all in DC. One second, brother. Just like this. And now they're going to come and buy it, put paint on it, get new plumbing, get rid of that asbestos. And it's going to be an investment property for everybody, because you did nothing with your own neighborhood and community, because you followed Martin Luther King and you were trying to get out of these damn communities anyway, so that you can go live next door to Miss Ann and Karen for her to call the police on you and your sons, hopefully to get you locked up or killed. This is what we traded. This is gentrification in the Bible. The Lord told us not to do. Right. This is what our families, this is what our communities became while the Lord was telling us, don't do this. This was the result. Boarded up homes, all in Philly, all in Baltimore, all in everywhere. Our homes is getting gentrified. They got laws to help and support them take more of our communities, more of our cities, because they fell apart, because they were under the care. They weren't under the care of the community. The neighborhood was not responsible for it anymore. We didn't have responsibilities to the neighborhood or to the community anymore. Now, some elected official can leave his home in the suburbs where he has his wealth, riches, and power, that he is loyal to the people that put him in office. Now, they are going to decide what is important for the city. Getting you better houses, getting you better education, putting your families back together. That's why you need the men of the Lord to be in charge over your communities, because you got politicians that's in charge over your community, and their job is to do politics. Their job is not to make sure that every Black and Hispanic has a place to live, that all your children got food and winter cloaks and summer gear and proper education, proper medicine and healthcare and counseling, to make sure that they're not in the street and in the shelters and in poverty, shooting and killing each other and choosing between killing their babies or thinking that this is the only way they're going to have a career, or prostituting themselves for food and clothing and shelter. These things happen because you went to choose your leaders instead of following the leaders that God appointed. The only leaders that God appointed over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the priests and prophets of the Lord under commanding General Yohana in the ISUPK. First Maccabees 1:38, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so-called Black people, you understand, we come from Jerusalem, we come from Israel. Who were the inhabitants of Jerusalem? It said, so that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Meaning it got so dangerous, so filled with murder, so filled with crime, so filled with poverty, so many bodies, so many shootings in Baltimore, so much crack and Percocets in Kensington and all in Philly, so much shooting, so much violence, neighbors fighting, they can't control their kids, so much hell is exploding in the community. Everybody fled, running for their life. 600, 700, 400, 500 murders, shootings every day, cars getting stolen, homes getting broken into, old ladies getting robbed and mugged, stealing your damn kid's shoes and his coat that you just bought him. You understand? Police riding around, kids going missing and kidnapped. Complete war zone happened. Because of that, everybody fled and ran out. That's exactly what happened to the Black community after we integrated. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers. Now the Chinese is there. Now Esau, now Debbie and Becky is hair switching through the wind, jogging their poodle. Good morning. I'd like a mocha latte. Your little grocery stores is gone. Your ShopRite and Aldi's and Publix, that's gone. Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, that's gentrification. Your $3 pack of chicken legs is a $10 pack of chicken legs. Your $3 pack of strawberries is an $8 pack of strawberries. You understand? Your $6 cut of beef is a $12 cut of beef. Your $800 rent is now $1,900 rent plus utilities. You understand? Your insurance is going up. Your property taxes are going up. Your utilities are going up. Everything, they're going to price you out of the cities, which make everybody fled. Now is filled with strangers and became strange to those that were born in her. All your buildings getting knocked down. Your communities is gone. Your houses is gone. Your apartment complex is renamed. They done changed Harlem to Soho. You understand? They renaming your streets, your roads. They painting things, new buildings, new names. Your entire history of ever being there is being erased. There's no record of you. Where your parents grew up is gone. You'll never see those homes. They were supposed to be an inheritance to be passed down to your children forevermore. You'll be lucky if the 2 generations later ever even get to see where your parents came from. You'll never get to see it. My kids will never get to see where my parents were raised. I never got to see where my grandparents were raised. My kids will never get to see where my grandparents were raised, where I was raised, where my parents were raised. they'll never get to see it. There's no record of the place. It's gone. It's either bulldozed, it's painted over, somebody else owns it. They'll change it, new color bricks, new color floors and tiles. It would be like you never existed. Your life existence is erased from the city and you start over somewhere else. That's gentrification. And it's because of integration. Now, the preachers told us to join another nation of people because they failed to teach us that God is against it. You understand? To those that were born in her, and her own children left her. The natives left. They packed up and got the hell out of there. You understand? Her sanctuary was laid waste as a wilderness. Her safe places laid as a wilderness. Your homes, your communities, that used to be the safe place where you could go and escape the racism, where you could be black there, you could be brown there, you can grill your steaks, you could drink your beers, you could sit out front of your building, you understand? You could dance in the street, your kids could play and hopscotch and double dutch and jump rope and do races and throw the football. You knew how everything functioned in your community. All that's gone. The city is strange now. Your safe place is gone. Ain't no safe place. You moved to your oppressor's gated community for Zimmerman to murder your son. You understand? For your son to play at the playground and two devils, two oppressors show up and murder Tamir Rice within seconds of getting a call that it's a child at the playground with a gun, not thinking that it's a toy gun because it's a kid and kids play with toys. You show up and kill them immediately. Oh, there's a fight in Ohio. The girls is fighting with each other. Show up and start shooting. What? A wellness check at the Tatiana Jefferson's house. Show up, shoot through the walls. What? Botham Jean, wrong house. Shoot through the wall. Shoot through the door. You understand? Oh, he running. Shoot him up. Stop and frisk. Search him. Stop and search him. Pro Khalif Browder in Rikers Island for 3 years with no charges. You understand? Gentrification allows more evil to happen to you. And at the cause of it, like it said in Judges, the 6th chapter, is us disobeying the Most High. You understand? And it says her feasts were turned into mourning. You understand? We had the Lord's high holy days and feasts. Most of our people don't even know about the Passover. Know about Purim, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of the Dedications. You understand? We don't know about our memorials of our race because we went and joined another nation of people and we have their Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day. We've thrown away everything that God gave us. You understand? Her feasts were into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt. Used to be nice and wonderful, honorable city, how black Harlem was, how black DC was. Then we integrated. We got crack cocaine and heroin, street gangs. We became the mafia. You understand? Shooting and killing each other for 20 years. It became the murder capital instead of Chocolate City. As had been, verse 40, as had been her glory, it used to be glorious and wonderful and black and brown, so was her dishonor increased. You going over there? You going to where? The ghetto? Mosby Courts? You going to Richmond? Petersburg? It's all abandoned, boarded up, all in Newport News, businesses all failing. All of the wealth that we have has gone to make companies billions of dollars. Nike, Adidas, the purses, Michael Kors, Gucci, Versace, all of those billions of dollars of wealth that we've given to our oppressors are supposed to be circulating around our communities so that your sons and daughters are not at each other's throats, killing and hating each other in poverty and stress and depression, and now in homelessness. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned to mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus, which was the heathen that ruled over us, wrote to his whole kingdom. Now that we integrated, you just another one of the, you're part of America. It's the richest country in the world. Why are you complaining? We're all American. They only say that when your neighborhood is destroyed. Well, it's not about race. At the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all one human family. He's going to buy your apartment building while you go in the shelter. That all should be one people. All lives matter. You're holding your little signs and you're happy. Yay, all lives matter. All Black Lives Matter. That Black Lives Matter movement seemed like it was about Black people, but it was really a gay and lesbian movement. Lots of them getting busted with child pornography charges left and right all the time. Just check the news. You understand? They pimped you. Now it's all lives. They got Biden and Harris in office. All of the lies that they said they would do for you, they did none of them. They did what every politician does, play you for a sucker, and then get your communities for pennies on the dollar. And while you complain from the shelter, they're off somewhere else making more false promises. Like you get game ran on you because the Lord told us never join another nation of people. You understand? This has been another episode of The Bible is Black, Gentrification. Leave a comment, like, share, thumb up, subscribe. Stay tuned for another episode. Shalom.
ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We here to let you know 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000.